Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mr. Super Latin. I'm coming to you from the Diaspora Stories. Tonight, I want to talk with the young Kenyans on a very most important things. And these are the most problems that has affected us since our independence. And we have never learned from one of them. When we go to each and every election, let us avoid electing people because of our tribal relationship. Number two, let's avoid electing leaders because of our political alignments. Number three, let us avoid electing people because we are related either by blood or by community. And one of the most thing that has been hitting us so much is that we do tribal politics. You see, the way we did 2017, we did our politics tribally. 2022, we repeated the same mistake. And the most person that suffers most on our tribal political agendas is the young Kenyan and the young woman or Kenyan women. And the moment we do our things tribally, we are the people who are facing most of the challenges. Like what is happening today in Kenya is that if we choose to do politics out of tribe and do our things the way we see somebody's history, political performance for the past years, that will be enable us to judge somebody quest of the future. The moment we decide to do politics of tribalism, that will lead us into a ditch. Today, what happened in Rift Valley, we saw Murkomen being booed. He tried to rubbish it out, but that's a fact. And this is a message that should go to all Kenyans. Let us elect leaders who are building the future of tomorrow. Let us not pick leaders because they have been endorsed. And this is one of the things that I have been telling even the Azimio part. The politics of raising somebody's hand and say, this can lead you, no. Let the people decide themselves. And also on other political parties, let the people decide through a very fair party selection. Let the people say, this is the leader that we want. Because the moment we impose somebody into wananchi, that person might go into the criteria of leadership with his own interest, not the interest of the people. That is where we are messing our Kenyan politics. And today, sincerely speaking, we are a point where we are because we decided not to listen. When 2022, when we were heading into the elections, President Uhuru Kenyatta came out clearly and told you, let us elect leaders, not because we know them. Let us elect leaders because of the vision that we are seeing in them, but we ignored. But I can tell you today, we are missing President Uhuru Kenyatta. Despite he did not achieve everything, but he had an impact of the state, he had an impact to the nation. Today, I can talk to the young Kenyan and also any normal business person in Kenya who is selling mayai and the one called Mama Mboga and Boda Boda. I want to ask you this question. Since you elected the current regime, how far have you benefited from what your vote did? Basically, 95 of you will tell me nothing. And there's this scenario of leaders nowadays and sending their bloggers into the supermarkets and taking pictures with ungas, and showing you outside here that the unga has gone down to this price. Why don't you go to the villages and the people's houses and take photos and ask them the real question, how much did you bought unga today? Why are you going to the supermarkets? How are we going to know maybe it's you placed those unga there with your own, because in Kenya there's so much heuristics of people doing things and go their way. So it's a message to the young Kenyan. When we go to the next elections, I have started to enlighten you as early as now. Be careful the persons that we are electing, and also try to check somebody's history. You know, your past plays a big role in your future and on your present. So let us check on people's history. Let us check our leaders. Let us try to analyze them. Raila Odinga has been into Kenyan politics for some time. He understands most of these things and what people talk. And some of the people in UDA and one of the senators came out clearly and said Raila Odinga's theories work well. Being a young person that has passed through part of his hand a little bit, Mzee Raila Odinga had a very bright future. Today, most of you could be receiving your 6,000. You know, when President Uhuru Kenyatta was there, the young people used to have kazi mtaani. How many people today have kazi mtaani? None. When President Uhuru was there, the wazee used to receive their money on time. What I can tell President Ruto without fear is this: let him go back to the drawing board, and he should remove friends from his cabinet and bring people who are ready to serve Kenyans. He should go back to his drawing board, check on his manifesto, and check his priorities very well. When he works with the priorities that the Kenyans want, and get people who are there to work, not people who want to have nice dressing, nice travelings, and people who are there for the personal interest, he will be the most and the best president Kenya's never had before. Because what we have seen, he is entertaining more friends than people who are there to work for Kenyans. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel, and we meet on our next video.